Hey guys, come on downstairs. We're playing a little Minnesota Twins franchise here. It's episode number 247. Game 66 through 68, we're playing the Kansas City Royals. It's the final 3 games of a 9-game homestand. The first 6 games we have gone over with a record of 4-2. And now we play the Royals. We are 1 game under 500, 8 games behind the Detroit Tigers in the American League Central. We're 5-5 so far in the month of June. The Royals are back in 4th place in the division, 13 games behind the Tigers, who are 40-25. All right, batting. The Royals have a better on-base percentage. They have more stolen bases. We have more home runs and more runs scored. Pitching-wise, all 4 categories represented there. The Twins have the advantage in. All right, we get into game number 66 here in season number 5. Sonny Gray, we signed in free agency, will take the hill in game number 1 of this series. He's got a 3.57 ERA, 80 2/3 innings, a 1.15 whip, and we will face Andrew Heaney. Heaney making his 14th start of the season. He's having a great year so far, 5-1, a 2.93 ERA for the struggling Royals. And let's get some highlights started here in inning number 3. We have Eric Hosmer has played for the Royals throughout this entire franchise. With a runner on first and 2 outs, a runner going, and he is going to be gunned down by Francisco Cervelli from behind the plate. So, middle of the 3rd, no score. We go to the 4th. This is Mark Kirby with runners on first and second and 2 outs facing Andrew Heaney. Delivery, Kirby into left field. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder. Runner rounding third, heading to the plate, and the Twins are going to jump out to a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mark Kirby, we acquired him in a trade with the Texas Rangers that brought over Delino DeShields Jr. and Brad Hickman. We have since parted ways with Brad Hickman, and that trade sent Will Myers to the Rangers, where he still is at. We traded him last season. All right, Raul Mondesi at the plate now, and he's going to strike out looking. Score still 1-0 Minnesota here in the middle of the 5th. Target filled in Minneapolis. 6th inning. Cole Calhoun at the plate. 227 hitter, 6 home runs, 34 RBIs, probably at the back end of his career. And he tries to check up. He can't. Goes around. Sonny Gray with the strikeout. Middle of the 6th. He's got a shutout going. Twins, though, 1 hit on 2 runs. Kansas City, no runs on 5 hits. And Joakim Soria will take the hill for the Royals. He again has been with the Royals throughout this entire franchise. He is facing Wilmer Flores. Twins lead by 1, bottom of the 8th. Runners on the corners and 1 out. An 0-1 delivery from Soria. And Flores is going to line it right back up the box for a base hit. 1 run will come in to score, and the Twins double their lead up to 2-0. A little bit of insurance for Kevin Segrist, our closer. So Segrist will face Calhoun, Perez, and Drury in the 9th. Segrist, 16 saves and 19 save opportunities, 25 innings pitched, a 2.88 ERA, 35 strikeouts and 5 walks on the season. And with 2 outs, Brandon Drury will try to keep the inning alive for the Royals. And the delivery on an 0-0 count, ground ball to the right side. It is played there by Delino DeShields Jr. And the Twins get the win in game number 1 of this series. We improve to 5-2 through the first 7 games of this 9-game homestand. And the Tigers lose, so we gain a game on Detroit. Mark Kirby, 2 for 2 with an RBI. Sonny Gray went 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 11 strikeouts. And Miguel Sano, 1 for 4 with a double. Wilmer Flores, 1 for 4 with an RBI, a 2-0 shutout for the Twins. Let's head down to AAA Rochester down on the farm. We're taking a look at Robert Jones, our shortstop. He is 22 years old, out of New York. He's up to a 74 overall as B potential is rising. He is up to 81 in contact versus righties, 69 against lefties. Not a lot of power to speak of. Good durability, solid vision, good reaction time, and a good defender at the shortstop position. He has played some for us at the big league level. Last year, he spent 54 games in a Twins uniform, hit .239 with 2 home runs and 12 RBIs. The season before that, in 2018, he played in just 7 games. 23 at-bats, had 5 hits, 1 double, no home runs, and 1 RBI. So let's look at his numbers down at the AAA level right now. With 186 at bats, he's got 7 home runs, 29 RBIs, 10 stolen bases, and he's hitting .312 at the moment for Rochester. And we're going to go through a AAA game with Robert Jones here against the Gwinnett Stripers, International League Baseball from Rochester, New York. The Stripers, I believe they are the farm club of the Atlanta Braves. They used to be the Gwinnett Braves, changed their name to the Gwinnett Stripers, sorry. And Robert Jones, first at bat of the day, coming up in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. Gwinnett is already up 1-0 in the game. Facing pitcher Kobe Allard. And we will go through each of Robert Jones' at-bats in this baseball game. He's hitting .316 coming in. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Second one he's going to lace into left center field. And it is caught there by the center fielder for out number 1. So, Robert Jones is 0 for 1 on the day. His average is down to .314. He scored 35 runs on the year. And Gwinnett's up 3-0 now. Jones is going to take the first pitch for a strike from Allard. Bottom of the 4th inning. And now he's going to rip one into right center field. It's going to get over the head of the second baseman. And Robert Jones is on board for the first time this evening. 1 for 2. New batter now for the Red Wings is Herman Delevsky. He is our catcher. And Robert Jones is at second. Ground ball towards third. And the Gwinnett Stripers are going to turn 2 and get out of the inning. At the end of 4, the Stripers lead at 3-0, but our man Robert Jones is 1 for 2 on the day. He's coming up now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Score still 3-0. Nobody on base again with 2 outs, trying to keep the inning alive. Maybe make Allard work a little bit more. He takes ball 1. This one off the outside edge for ball number 2. And now he lines it right back up the middle. It's a base hit for Robert Jones. He makes the turn, and he's going to turn around and scamper back to first. He'll get there safely. And this is now Eric Castaneda, first baseman. We are on first as Robert Jones. Kobe Allard comes set. The lefty he's going to throw over, and Jones is back in time. 3-0 Gwinnett, 1-2 delivery to Eric Castaneda with 2 outs. And Castaneda is going to lift this one to right, and it's going to be playable for the right fielder. Makes the catch, ends the inning. We go to the 8th now. It's 3-1 Gwinnett leading Rochester. Robert Jones, 2 for 3 on the day. He's going to slice one into left field. That one's head down the line into the corner. It's a base hit, could be extra bases. And he's going to hold up at second with a double. And another runner will end up at third. So a nice 2-out double the opposite way for Robert Jones. Right off the end of the bat. So we're all tied up at 4. We're in extra innings. Robert Jones is 3 for 5 now with 2 outs. Runner on second. Chance to win the ball game. Fouls it down the right field line. Chopped 0-1. And now a base hit right up the middle. Runner rounding third. This could be the game-winning run, and it's going to be. That is your ball game. Robert Jones walks it off for the Rochester Red Wings. And caps off a 4 for 6 evening here at the AAA level. All right. So Robert Jones, keep your eye on him. He's making his way towards the major leagues. Maybe someday we'll be an everyday player up here. We'll see. Kansas City wins game number 2. 4-0. Season series is all tied up at 4. Mike Minor pitches a complete game shutout for the Royals, giving up 5 hits, having 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk on the day. All right, final game of this 3-game series. Final game of this 9-game homestand from Target Field. The hard-throwing Joe Nelson, 4.71 ERA, 6-6 record. 1.73 whip, though, 54 strikeouts and 40 walks. He's going to face Steven Matz, coming off his own shutout in his second start as a Minnesota Twin. This will be his third start. Wilmer Flores will lead off our highlights here in the bottom of the first inning. Runner on first, Flores with a deep drive to left center field. That one's headed back to the track, and it's into the bullpen, a home run for Wilmer Flores. A 2-run shot, number 11 for our shortstop. And it gets the Twins on the board 2-0 early in the ballgame off of Joe Nelson. End of the first inning, Minnesota leading at 2-0. We go to the second now. This is Salvador Perez for the Royals. 2-1 delivery from Matt's ground ball. Left side, Flores. Nice play. Middle of 2 is still 2-0 Minnesota. We go to the third. Miguel Sano at the plate. 1 for 1 on the day. Runner on first, nobody out as of yet. 0-1 delivery, chopped to the left side. It's going to get through. No. Nice play at short, and they're going to turn 2. Oh, man, beautiful play for the Royals. I thought that was going to be a little seeing eye single. It doesn't. It gets taken care of by the shortstop. We go to the end of the third. It's 2-0. Twins lead. We go to the fifth inning now. This is Greg Doyle, the aforementioned shortstop who made that play out there. 3-2 delivery with 2 outs. Steven Matz with the strikeout on the sinker. Middle of the fifth now. 2-0 Twins holding on to the lead. We go to the sixth inning. Some low-scoring games here in this series. Raimel Tapia at the plate now. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Fastball left up, out over the plate. And here comes the runner rounding third. Throw to the plate is going to be in time to get him. Miguel Sano thrown out. And that keeps the Twins off the board. Tanner English at the plate now. Runners on first and second. And he looks at strike 3, a 97-mile-an-hour four-seamer. And Joe Nelson settled down after giving up the 2-run shot to Wilmer Flores. We go to the seventh inning. Joakim Soria again for the Royals. Coming in relief, making his 40th appearance of the season. And he's going to face Mario Calero. Calero with runners on the corners and 1 out. Here's the delivery from Soria. He's going to lift this one into shallow center field. Charging is the center fielder, and he's not going to make the catch. The runner's going to run home from third. Score easily. It's 3-0 Twins. Super Mario with the base hit and the RBI. Steven Matz goes 7 innings, gives up 3 hits, 9 strikeouts, no runs for the second consecutive start. This time he doesn't pitch all 9 innings, though, so he will not get credit for a complete game shutout. But a very good outing for Steven Matz, and he's in the win column for the Twins. All right, we improved to 34-34. We're at 500. The Tigers lose again. They are 40-27. So we end this episode 6.5 games behind Detroit in the Central. The Yankees lead the East by a half a game over the Red Sox, 4 games over the Blue Jays, 5 games over the Rays, who are creeping up on the pack. And out west, the Angels, 2.5 games over the Rangers, and the Astros as well, 2.5 games back. The Rangers and the Astros are tied for the 2 wildcard spots. In the American League, let's flip it over to the senior circuit now. The Nationals, a 10-game lead over the Phillies. The Cubs, a 1-game lead over the Cardinals, 4 over the Cincinnati Reds. And out west, it's a 2-horse race between the Dodgers and the Giants. The Dodgers lead San Francisco by 4.5 games. And the 2 wildcard teams, if the playoffs started today, the Giants would be the home team, and the Cardinals would be visiting them in the Bay Area on the road. All right, that's it for Minnesota Twins franchise episode number 247 here on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming. It's MLB The Show 20.